The Slim Fast 14-day effect on your New Year's resolution. Day 1, the new year. You want to kick it off with a bang, and you're not just talking about fireworks. Day 14, you're ready to start this year right, looking great and preferably on top.
2 weeks is all it takes to get what you really want. Swap 2 meals a day for Slim Fast protein shakes or bars, get in a 30-minute workout, and stick to a 1,200-calorie diet to lose up to 6 pounds in your first 14 days. Find Slim Fast in a store near you.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Revenge After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Revenge After Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the holiday season. We hope you had a great time, hopefully with your families at home. But we're back with Revenge. We get it for a couple episodes until we have to go on hiatus till March. What a bummer. Anyway, though, we are here with Season 3, Episode 11, Homecoming, and I am your host, Roxy Striar, alongside Sarah Giraud.
Woo!
And we have back in studio Anna Koppel.
Hey. Hey, guys.
We missed you, and we can't wait to hear your opinions on the episode.
I missed all of you, too. Everybody.
Well, thank you. Okay, overall opinions on tonight's episode. Are we excited about it? There was a lot of drama. Too much drama, or just the right amount?
It's pretty crazy. But I'd say it's just the right amount.
I feel like the writing and the acting is getting progressively soap opera-y, and it's definitely a soap opera, and that's awesome. But there are just some things that there's like this little move that Nolan did when he was talking about Aiden going to go to the hospital.
Was it not on my watch?
No, well, that was good, but he was like, "You went in there, guns hot," and he like did this like little hand movement and everything, and just like, oh, this is getting really over the top.
It's one of those things, I think you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, we love the show so much that we have to be like, okay, it is a little soap opera, over it, you know? Sometimes when you find yourself sitting there wondering, whose boat is that and how did she get there?
I know, right? Yeah,
you just have to be like,
it's magic, you
over
guys.
it. Like, you just kind of have to brush some stuff under the rug because otherwise you'll stay up all night trying to figure the pieces out.
Right.
I mean, unless we're missing something and that old man was somebody, which on the show you never know.
It could come back later.
He could come back later. He actually could have been here and now is back from the dead because we have that going on too.
we have haunted fishing ships now.
Right, exactly. We're confused, and who else is confused is the police department because this is the case of whodunit. All right, if we didn't know that it was Daniel, would we be assuming that it was Victoria?
Yes, she's a hater.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't because I if we didn't know that it was Daniel, I would think that Victoria was too obvious for the show.
So you would think it was Daniel, or you would think that it was the fabulous Lydia?
Well, I think if we go back to a fabulous Lydia,
I
think when we did the first episode of this season, I think I predicted it was going to be Charlotte because I said I can't imagine who else she would be apologizing to. So I'm just gonna stick with that.
That you would have said it Charlotte because
I did say it was Charlotte.
Yeah. So that is a very good point. But the rest of everybody thinks it's Victoria, including Charlotte.
Right.
I mean, I just have such a hard time with this family. When do the family values come in? When do you stand up for your mom versus when don't you? When do you stand up for your son versus when don't you? So Charlotte's not willing to give Victoria the benefit of the doubt. But Victoria and Conrad are willing to cover for Daniel. Do we find this odd at all? Like, who is willing to do what? Or is this a parent versus kid kind of thing?
I do think it's a little weird. And especially Conrad gave up everything so that he could protect his son, even though he's not always that kind of person on the show. So I think there's got to be a formula.
And then, like, a minute later,
Right?
some sort of equation.
Yeah.
Sure.
But then, like, a minute later, he was like, well, this is the last time ever.
Yeah.
So, from this moment forward, you better get on your knees and pray to your heavenly father, because your earthly father is done with you!
Speaking of that, what did you think Conrad wanted from Daniel? He just wanted to be thanked?
No, I think he just wanted to shame him.
But if he wanted to shame him, he would have let him go down with the investigation.
No, that's different.
That's not shaming him, that's throwing him to the wolves.
Yeah.
For something he actually did.
Right.
And for once in his life, he really wanted to come forward and take responsibility for his action, but that's not the right thing to do.
The other thing, and on the same conversation, is that when Victoria went to him and was like, it was Daniel and he shot her because of this and Emily's a liar, the fact that Conrad was like, really? So this is real? Is also ludicrous because he never believes Victoria. He always thinks she's lying. He's been very close to Emily this season. It didn't wash with me.
And also the fact that that wasn't believed, and then also the fact that Margot was so quick to believe Victoria was kind of strange to me too. I guess I don't get Margot yet. I don't really understand. We've deemed her as a good guy, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, we have not.
I haven't.
Okay. I think she is on team good guy as of now. I think that there might be room for movement, but as of now, I do think she's on team good guy. So, because anybody who's anti-Conrad is on team good guy, if that makes any sense. But I'm getting confused because she's now teaming up with Victoria, which I don't think Jack would have advised her to do. What's going on with Margot? What are you guys thinking?
Do you think she's really teaming up with Victoria, though? Because maybe she's just trying to be agreeable to get information from her.
But Victoria didn't give her information. Margot's the one who gave Victoria information.
Yeah, but I think she was showing her the pictures and she was saying, like, what do you see in these pictures? Margot never said that she didn't see Daniel in the pictures. She let Victoria make the assumptions about Lydia.
Right, but didn't you think that was strange that she didn't say anything about Daniel? Why was she so sure that it was Lydia over Daniel?
I don't think she was necessarily agreeing that it was Lydia.
What do you mean?
I think she's just collecting information from them. Like,
she was fooled.
She was asking Victoria, what do you see in these pictures? She's like, oh, Lydia's missing. So she knows now that Victoria is trying to put this on Lydia rather than her own son.
You're saying she's being a journalist and she's just collecting information and waiting to draw conclusions.
Right, but I don't think that she was trying to see. I mean, I don't think she was trying to get Victoria. Obviously, when she looked at the pictures, she was going to say Lydia was missing. That was obvious, you know? And any parent, I think, would jump to the conclusion that it was your husband's affair over your son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she would think that Victoria would try and say something like, oh, well, that's my son is missing over Lydia, who's sleeping with her husband. Like, you know, she hates Lydia. Any reason she could blame Lydia, she would. But Victoria didn't know that Lydia was actually gone until she saw the pictures because, as we find out, she was drugged. So she doesn't know what to say to the police, so she isn't saying anything. Lydia, who didn't do it, lies to the police. What's the better solution? By lying or by telling or just by withholding information? They both seem guilty to me. I mean, what's the move?
Well, I think lying backfired a little more because now they're going, why did you lie? At least with
and
Victoria.
Then run away.
Yeah, she really looks guilty now. At least Victoria is just not saying anything.
What do you think?
I think that if one has nothing to hide, there's no reason to lie to the police. However, I watch enough crime shows.
Amazing. Duh. ABTV.
That
then you're a certified detective.
I am. No, see, I'm not going to get into it, but anyway, Another conversation, another day. But
there's so much we are yet to know about you.
Yeah.
We got to keep you around the show.
Here's what I'm going to say. Just side note. I watch enough shows to maybe get away with murder, definitely get away with rape. That's it. Anyway, so
Oh my god.
And
I don't want to sit by you
Marissa in the
anymore.
booth, give me the views here at Best Buy. Oh, okay, that works too. Anyway.
and
You
enough.
know?
And
Yeah,
enough.
slide that chair on over.
You wish. So, and enough to know that if you are sensing that you're a person of interest, you need to lawyer up right away.
Instead of dodging town.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really not the move.
No.
Nothing makes you look more guilty than lying, having evidence found that you were lying and then skipping out on town. Is this the last we're seeing of Lydia?
Yeah, right.
Is she the one who never dies? Yes,
She's
she
a
is.
cat. 9 lives. She's coming back.
I think we're on like 7.
Yeah.
But Roxy, you made the point. You're like, what did you say? You're like, did we really bring her back? Just
Yeah, we were watching the show, and I don't like when shows do this. It's like they bring somebody back just kind of to be their scapegoat for something, just to kick them back off the show. Do we really bring Lydia back from the dead just to pin this on her, just to have her leave?
right.
You know?
Right.
I don't know how you guys feel about that, but for me, it just seems like they're using the character to their benefit too much.
Right. Well, and I felt that way when she showed up. I was like, great, like, ugh, Lydia again. I'm over her.
I know. And what sucks about that is I actually, when her character was around, I liked her character. She's very pretty. She's a great actress. I think that her dynamic with Conrad is interesting because it puts a wrench in Victoria's relationship. But I don't know. Not one time while she was gone was I like, damn it, where's Lydia? I miss that girl. Like,
Right.
said no one ever, And,
Right.
And then she was back, and then I thought maybe they brought her back because there was something that they wanted to keep her on the show. And now I'm thinking they brought her back just to have her leave, but they didn't want to kill her again because if they ever need to use her again, they can't bring her back from the dead twice. Actually, I think that'd be a third time because didn't she fall off a building also?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think that they don't know what to do with her character, so she's running.
Her storyline is way played out.
Yeah.
It's just, it's done.
Is this going to be pinned on her? And she's not going to be found?
Well, if it's
or is
not,
Daniel going to come clean?
Yeah, if Lydia isn't the one to disappear and Daniel doesn't come clean, who would you want to see leave? Like, get arrested, be gone from the show?
I don't think arrested and gone from the show are the same thing.
Yeah. But I mean, like, disappeared, gone. Because, I mean, if they're going to get rid of Lydia, like, somebody else would have to be eliminated or...
I understand your question, but I think it goes back further. The way that they played out this storyline, I don't think anybody needed to be eliminated.
Okay.
Well, ladies, at the end of the episode, Emily remembers that Daniel's the one who shot her. So, I don't know how they're gonna walk around that.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
might be like, oh, I don't know, this girl just had amnesia. Can you really trust her?
That's a good point. She's being all crazy saying her father's name's David Clark.
And that guy was just in the room.
What a nut. But we will get to that in a minute because we're going to talk all about Emily and her freaky deaky boat to hospital experience. But before we get there, I just want to ask you guys, how was your New Year's and any fun resolutions? Because I know that some people are looking to get fit. And anything good? Any good resolutions?
Well, as always, I want to make sure I hit the gym as much as possible.
Duh.
But, whatever.
Gotta look good.
I just wish there was something that could kickstart my diet.
You know what? You know what? This is the strange thing about that. So there's this thing, it's called Slim Fast. And with Slim Fast, 2 weeks is all it takes to get what you really want.
The hell
In
you
14 days, the only thing higher than your confidence will be your hemline. So this podcast tonight is brought to you by Slim Fast.
You know
Thank you,
what?
Slim Fast.
It tastes like chocolate milk. It's good.
Okay, you're telling me it's really good. I think I'm going to go home and buy some.
It's better
Well, not
than
home and buy some in the
Nesquik.
store, but,
Like,
you know.
you will want to drink it every day, I swear to God.
And do you feel like it really works?
Oh, yeah. As long as you don't chase it with a donut or a slice of pizza.
So if I have a whole year to do my New Year's resolution and this only takes 2 weeks, That's a good jump
Looks
start.
like you're in good shape.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, getting back to Revenge. It looks like Charlotte did some Slim Fast because girl's body is rocking and looking so good.
Definitely.
And I really enjoyed her in this episode tonight. I feel like she is the only one who's being sympathetic and really and really like sitting by Emily's side. Granted, she's one of a few people who's allowed to sit by Emily's side at this moment, but she's really trying to help Emily come forward with what's going on, and in the end, it might come back to hurt her. I'm jumping ahead of myself because we haven't even talked about how Emily got to the hospital, of course. Anna, you want to take this one away?
Sure. So,
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
there's a lot of confusion for me. Starting with, of course she survives and she ends up on one of those weird things that pelicans are always sitting on. I don't know what they call them.
A buoy.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. And
Word. Good job, girl.
Fist pump that girl.
What?
And then she kept like reaching for something, and it kind of looked like a suitcase, and then she was like pressing something that kind of looked like a fake ruby, and I don't know. So
Tracking device.
It was the garter belt tracking device.
Obviously, God.
Yeah.
Okay, so but then it looked like she lost the suitcase, which I don't know what was in the suitcase. Was it a suitcase?
Okay.
Briefcase. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm the only one who thought this. Based on the fact that I read blogs and Twitter, I don't think I am, but I was not completely convinced that she was really shot, because I thought that maybe the gun had like fake
Blanks,
bullets
yeah.
and blanks, and the blood was, as we saw her earlier, she was taking her blood, whatever. When she says, and Aiden says that they thought of everything, that's really not thinking of everything. I guess they didn't think that anybody would actually shoot her, but putting a gun with actual bullets
seems a little...
Yeah. And where there's a lot of people and a lot of alcohol, that leaves a lot of variables, guys.
and nobody's sure how the gun got there. I don't know. It's just a little fishy to me. So I wasn't sure she was actually shot. The only reason that I was left believing she was is because she didn't show up on the shore. And obviously Aiden was there and Jack was there looking for her. And when she wasn't there, we knew there had been a wrench in the plan. But then we see her. I'm still, at this point when she's on the buoy, I'm still not sure if she's shot. I see her struggling, but I don't know whether she's cold.
Right.
Or whether it's a lot of rocky waters. Because we don't see her bleeding. We see her trying to grab this briefcase, suitcase, case,
right.
button, garter. What, I don't even know what she's doing.
And did she find it at the bottom of the sea, a la Little Mermaid? She just like wants to kind of bring it up with her, or was it already tied to the buoy?
I'm not sure.
Well, I
know it. They obviously planted it there.
That was not obvious to me.
No, you're very right. They not so obviously planted it there? Question mark.
Yeah.
And whatever was in that brief suit, whatever case, I assume led her to the boat.
Okay.
Or it was the boat.
Well, how did she get on the boat? She couldn't really lift the suitcase. How did she get on the boat?
Here's what I think it was.
Aiden had that speedboat thing, the little inflatable doohickey.
So why wasn't she just
and
on
then
that?
But she was not on that.
They
She
ended
was
up on the
some
fishing boat. But did he take her and like
No,
teleport her?
I think he found her on the fishing boat. I really think you guys know those books. Those books you open it and the pop-ups all come out.
Yeah.
That's what the show is?
No, I think that she found the suitcase and she opened it and out popped this boat
with a man.
Where do
with
you
a
come
man,
up with this?
with a man on it and a fishing, and he had no idea that he was even in a briefcase.
Right.
But now his whole world's been opened up, and that's why he was so confused.
Yeah.
That's definitely it.
Yeah, that's why he was sleeping, too.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I don't know. Maybe it was. I know her tracking device stopped working, so maybe the briefcase just helped the tracking device work again. And then she found a boat, and she made it onto the boat. And then Aiden found her because of the tracking device. And then he left her because he couldn't bring her in because that was too fishy. So then the man on the boat looked and saw a bleeding girl on his boat.
Fishy.
Yeah.
Fish boat.
It was good. Ha ha ha, pun intended.
Yeah. I got it.
Does anybody have any other theories here?
I don't know. I would love, we're going to get like the most amazing hate comments from the fans, though. I'm so
I know.
excited. You guys are idiots. But I feel like one right now.
Okay, no. That's an amazing segue because seriously, you guys are sitting at home thinking, did you guys miss that part when, and it was like a split second and we didn't notice that like maybe the boat light something, I don't know. Seriously, you guys know we watched it right before the show. We are the biggest fans. We're obsessed with the show, but we can't catch everything, which is where you guys come in as fans that are just as big as us. Always, you can call into our show. Or, of course, you can reach us on Twitter or iTunes or YouTube. So there are countless ways to get a hold of us if you know the answer. Or if you're just as confused and you want to say, I'm freaking confused too, let us know.
Holler at us.
Holler at us. Because, I'm really just not sure about this boat part. Yeah. But the next part's clear because if I found somebody bleeding on my boat, I'd bring them to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is what this man does.
But he was yelling Mayday. I thought that just meant that the ship was going down. But that's just a side. That's just, that's really more of a nautical confusion.
You're also a sailor?
Yeah.
Sailor detective.
You have many trades.
I'm just a rapist, guys.
Oh, God.
That is like one of your many talents. Is that where we're going with here?
Rape is not a joke, and it's not funny.
Yeah,
and
no.
It's not a
I'm telling you, Marissa, we need the views here expressed by AfterBuzz. That thing.
The
We
views
need,
expressed herein are those of the host only and do not
Thank
necessarily
you.
reflect the views of
Oh my
AfterBuzz
God.
TV or its owners or
Please,
principals.
no one sue us. Please.
Oh, yeah, between Phil and Anna.
It's
Yeah, Phil's become quite the womanizer on the show.
oh, dude.
And by become, I mean stays. He's always like, that's not what I meant. But now we've got woman power. So now that we have our woman power, let's put it to use and talk about Emily, who does not seem to know much about herself more than she is a woman. That's all she knows. Was that a good segue? I got to work on that.
Yeah.
So she is in the hospital. She's in the hospital, and the only people allowed to see her are the Graysons because they are quote unquote family. I mean, Victoria, is she gonna try to hire someone to kill Emily after she knows that Daniel's the one who did it? And she's gonna, I don't know. What are you guys thinking about this hospital scene? It's kind of fishy. And who the freak is this nurse?
Right? Who that nurse?
Who that nurse?
Yeah.
Can we
Who
just
that nurse
say-
making out with Aiden? Who that nurse?
Her accent kept changing. At first, I was like, is she Australian? And then she sounded American.
And then she was British for a minute.
sounded British. And then I don't even know. It's a little weird.
I definitely heard New Zealand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then
Yeah.
I ended up on New Zealand. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
She was pretty.
She was very pretty.
She was very pretty. I thought, because she went to, so here's what I saw. I see her at Emily's IV with a thing to inject, looking kind of fishy. And I thought she was working with the Graysons. Then we see her with Aiden, and I figure out that she's not working with the Graysons, but she's also not working with Aiden. She just knows Aiden.
But
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like I'm not sure because then okay, obviously it's just like leaving us to wonder what's gonna happen next. Little cliffhanger for us for next episode. She's like, you remember what I told you? Nothing's changed. Or kisses him and then says nothing's changed.
Yeah, do you remember what I taught you? Yeah, that's what she says. And then makes out with him, basically.
Yeah. And so I'm not sure that, is she in love with Aiden? Maybe she would kill him.
Was her name Nurse Nico? Nika? Something
didn't
like
catch
that?
it.
I don't know. Was that kiss like, I'm in love with you kiss?
I don't know.
What did it look like?
I'll do it with you what I want kiss.
Yeah, it's kind of like I own you.
Yeah.
Did he kiss her back a little?
Yeah.
He definitely didn't pull
there
away.
was definitely a little bit of like, okay.
All right.
Okay.
No, you go. Go.
No, I really feel like he's somehow really indebted to her, and they've definitely had sex, and
They have a child together.
maybe.
I will tell you something right now that would really piss me off, that I think would be a huge cop-out move, and I would be furious.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I have said from all along, I really like Aiden. I like Aiden a lot. I like Aiden and Emily. But I'm a Jack and Emily person. I want them to end up together. But I've always said it's going to be very difficult because we don't want Aiden to end up alone, and we don't want him to die, So how are we going to split Emily and Aiden? Because I do think ultimately Emily will end up with Jack. So in this brief moment where they kiss, all of a sudden it came rushing to me like, is it possible that they're going to make it so that Aiden was playing Emily somehow? And that really the love of his life is this girl, and he was not Team Emily. And like all the stuff he went through, Nikita and all the whatever, to take down Emily for some reason, because Emily took down somebody he loved or something.
I thought that too.
Would that piss you off?
No, I would love that.
Why?
Well, because it's a great twist to the show.
But I feel like that's such a cop-out. Like, ooh, we don't really know how to get Aiden not to be with Emily, so we're just going to make this whole past 2 seasons a lie.
Okay, but the story, the show is not a show about the many loves of Emily Thorne. It's a show about revenge.
Debatable.
It's a show about revenge.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, so...
It's not called Love Triangle. It's called Revenge. You're right.
And so it could now be his revenge, and it would be... great.
Can you imagine if that's what they switched it to? The whole show, really, it was Aiden's show, but he wasn't in season 1, so it really can't be that.
Well, they can
do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want, and they can, that's would be a great way to like keep the show fresh if they just like kept introducing.
Well, because honestly, like we were talking about, the show is becoming a little soap opera-y, and from reading online, some people are getting frustrated with it. And I've been asked, do we think that there are going to be many more seasons? I don't know what you guys think, but I do believe we're going to squeeze a few more seasons out of the show, and we definitely need something new, because we can't just have Emily trying to take down the Graysons for 2-3 more seasons. What do you guys think about that? Would you stay with it if it was still about that the whole time, or do you think we need something new?
I think we need something new.
I think we need something. I would stay with it just because it's really difficult for me to start a show and not finish it.
Yeah.
We love these characters.
Yeah. But
I feel about a lot of things.
But I don't what?
I don't
know what else to say.
I meant to say shows, but came out.
Yeah, but no, it's good. It's good. But
I'm sorry.
And
continue.
It's my first night back, guys. You're just gonna have to cut me a little bit of slack.
It's been a long holiday break.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So
oh God, we missed you.
I missed you. I missed you too. What was the question? Yeah, but I don't think I would. I think I would be upset if they didn't expand this story.
I don't know though. I just think. Well, do you? I forget. Are you a Emily Jack fan? Is that how you?
I'm becoming one. I've been kind of on the fence about everybody, but yeah, I'm starting to lean towards Jack.
Because you don't give an F about Margot.
Oh well, yeah. No, I don't like her.
Are you the one who really likes Margot? You are.
No, I thought you liked Margot.
No, Margot and Jack. You were like into Margot.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's you.
I might have like for one
know.
episode been like, yeah, okay, cool.
I want Jack to be happy with somebody because I feel like he's so in love with Emily that he just like needs a little side piece right now because she has hers. But I just can't really seem to get into the Margot character. Like I was saying to you guys, she confuses me, and not in the best of ways. I feel like with Patrick and Margot, not that it's the exact same as the Initiative, but we're branching out a little bit to people that I don't really care about. And as long as they move the storyline forward, then it helps. But when they stop doing that, I'm ready to give them the axe.
Yeah, I feel like Margot's kind of the new girl, and I'm not really like warm enough with her yet. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't like you that much.
Well, you're not warm with her because she's not warm. And she's like very cold and detached and business-like and professional, and like there's no...
I don't feel the chemistry.
Right. And there's no like real drama around her storyline, so it's like, who cares? She's like this auxiliary character that like... Yeah, who cares about her? Go
with
away.
With a funny accent.
Yeah. We hate foreigners.
Oh my God.
Not true. Not true.
Pearson, people are going to like...
I know.
We just lost all of our viewers.
We love everyone. We love everyone. Yeah. You guys at home. We love you guys. Okay, more about the hospital. Talking about Emily being there. So she doesn't remember anything. At first, did you guys think this was an act or no? Did you believe that she didn't remember? Because Aiden and the boys, the testosterone boys, obviously thought that it was
The dream team.
Yeah, the dream team, clearly. They obviously thought it was an act because they thought she was trying to like help them break her out. They soon realized it's not. Were you guys on the dream team, or were you?
Well, at first I thought she was faking it, and then I was like, no, she's not faking it. And then I was like, wait, what if she's faking it to everyone and she's gonna sneak out and start a life on her own?
Is that what you currently believe?
No. Because now I really think that she had amnesia.
Okay.
But it just went back and forth like 6 times.
It was confusing.
Yeah.
Anna.
I thought that was a possibility at first, that she was just faking it with Daniel because she didn't want to let them know that she knew.
Right.
But yeah, she has amnesia, and we discussed that, you know, when you get head injuries, sometimes that sort of, it takes a while for your brain to bleed, and so sometimes the actual injury doesn't show up until later, and yeah.
What did you guys think it said?
That's all I have to say about that.
What do you guys think it said, that even though you mentioned this quote earlier, I don't remember what it was, like came in guns hot or something like that?
Yeah, well, you went in guns hot.
But what do you think that it says that Emily had no recollection of Aiden and started to be able to recall things when she was with Jack? Do you think that they meant that as like an overall, a bigger thing? Do you think that they meant that like that?
I don't know, but I think that, you know, she knows Jack from childhood, and the first thing she remembered was her father, and so she might be remembering things from her childhood, and that's easier for her to...
Well, yes, but she remembered Amanda Clark dying in her arms.
That's true, but she knew Amanda when she was like 15, so that's still pretty early in life.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So I don't really know how memories come back to people. I would assume that it was kind of like sporadic, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I did think it was interesting that he was the one who was able to unleash them, and Charlotte, so her actual sister and the, in my opinion, love of her life.
Yeah.
I think that Revenge was trying to send us a message there, or
For sure.
or maybe I'm reading into it too much and just like want that message to be sent. But I did feel. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I did feel really bad for Aiden though. In the moment when he came in, like so happy to see her, and then I guess jumped out the window like such a ninja. I mean, I don't know if clearly Emily doesn't know who this Nico girl is, or she doesn't know because she has amnesia. But I don't know. Aiden saw her and then was out the window, and I can't really tell where his angle is or what's going on. Did you guys feel bad for him too, or did you feel like, oh, whatever, it's Aiden?
I felt worse for him when he was with Nolan and Jack, and somebody said, we need somebody to make an emotional connection with her, and he's like, I was just there.
Yeah.
And they were like,
guns hot.
Awkward.
Yeah. Guns hot.
I love that.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, I felt bad for him in that moment too. He's like, no, I'm telling you, I was just there. And it's like,
pathetic.
Not you, dummy.
Yeah.
We need Jack to go.
And then probably my favorite line of the episode is once Jack finally does go, actually going back, we have Charlotte who comes to tell Jack about the David Clark thing, because Jack originally said he didn't want to go to the hospital. But then he does go because Charlotte comes and says that to him, and he realizes like, uh-oh, this is trouble. So I was happy that he did decide to go and put aside his personal feelings, because he feels like this is his fault and he has guilt because he's the one who put the deadline and blah, blah, blah. But
Me.
Yeah. Anyway, though, so he goes and he tries to make things better, or at least make her remember. And I thought it was interesting. He's talking about the relationship. We've fought a lot recently and all this stuff. And he says about the wife, but he says we knew each other as young people, and now we know each other again, but there's a long gap. We didn't know each other. And she says, what happened? And he says, this is my favorite line, I literally have no idea how to answer that question.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, yeah, Emily, watch the show. Like, you want to answer that question? Like, pop in DVD 1 of Revenge. Like, because, I mean, how would you go about answering that question?
I think he did it in a pretty good way, though. He gave her that necklace. And so if he could...
He had a locket.
Yeah. So if she could remember... you know, she had that memory now of like, that's his wife, Amanda Clark. And if she can remember the relationship that she had with the fake Amanda, then maybe she can connect the dots of, oh, we switched names and lives.
What is he supposed to say? Like, be like, well, you have been on this plot for revenge. Like, she would be so overwhelmed by the entire story. Oh, and then we were in love, but I was really in love with your fake you who you met in prison, you know what I mean? Or juvie, whatever it is. It's just like, that would be too much to hear. So you're right, because of this memorabilia, the memories are going to come back to her. When she says it was Daniel, are we assuming she remembers everything, or are we assuming that she just had a glimpse of that?
Well, she remembered that moment with Amanda, and then she remembered coming up on the buoy.
Because it was like a water, it was a water segue. Yeah.
And then she's like, Daniel, and he's like, no, it's Jack. And she's like, Daniel shot me.
Yeah.
So
she's like making herself bleed.
Yeah. So we assume that she remembers everything because it's like water to water to water.
Yeah. Speaking of the bleeding, that reminded me, like when she was closing, it reminds me of the red wine being poured on Victoria's chair. It's like this episode was an episode of bloody wine.
Dude, they had like in loving memory and then like a picture of the chair
at the end of the episode.
Phenomenal.
That was amazing.
I didn't expect that from the show.
Hashtag Rip Throne. Amazing.
Wow. Amazing. I didn't even get to that.
Yep. Hashtag Rip Throne. So I will be hashtagging Rip Throne for sure at some point this
all
week.
Week, guys.
Yeah. All week. Absolutely. And then tag us in it. Rip Throne.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So anyway, I thought that there was a lot of symbolism in tonight's episode between like Victoria almost being dethroned and Jack being the one and Charlotte being the one to release these memories. I think they're starting to get, I don't think that they originally knew how they wanted everything to end up. I think we're starting to get somewhere where they might know. What do you guys feel about that?
We're starting to get somewhere.
The show is starting to get somewhere where they might know how they want this to all play out. Like, I feel like symbolism, this is very foreshadowing, as opposed to season 1 where we didn't even have the character of Aiden. I feel like we're finally getting to a point where I can see an end of some storylines in sight.
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. That's a good question. I also, like, to contradict what I just said, there's also so much that I'm just confused about.
Yeah.
So maybe I can't see, but some storylines I would like to see mini victories, because we have, of course, this overarching, as we talked about, her seeking revenge, but like the mini victory, she wants to take down the entire Grayson family. Maybe we knock them out one at a time. Maybe we should get one victory soon. Then we get another one.
That was about.
Yeah, something like that. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a thought. Okay. Somebody we haven't talked about much tonight, Patrick. So he seems to team up with Victoria because I don't know whether they're having sex or whether they're mother-son. That's not true. We actually know they're mother-son, but I really can't help the fact that I every time think they're going to make out.
Yeah. They're going to make out. They're definitely going to make out.
I just can't get over it.
Yeah.
I just can't get over it. Why is there so much sexual chemistry there? It's awkward. There's sexual tension. And honestly, I'm not the only one who thinks so. We're not the only one who thinks so. I see it online all the time. It really is there.
Yeah.
Almost more so than with Patrick and Nolan, which is frustrating me because I'm obsessed with Nolan.
Yeah.
You guys know that. I think Gabriel Mann is like the bee's knees.
Yeah.
So, did you guys expect Patrick to pick Victoria over Nolan, or what were you guys thinking about this?
I knew it was going to happen because it's happened before, but it was sad to see Nolan like, okay, here we go again. Bye-bye.
Patrick is so lost in his life, and he doesn't really know, I don't know, what he wants, who he is. He was married, he's divorced, he lost his mom, he found his mom.
Why does he have to have such an allegiance to Victoria, though? Like, really? Like, this lady that just came into your life, you're going to lay down your love life for her?
I don't know. But at the same time, I can't even tell whether Patrick was being played by Nolan. So I do think Nolan had some legitimate feelings, and I think Patrick has some legitimate feelings. But it's not like Nolan's innocent here.
Yeah.
Patrick even said that. He said, you try to make yourself seem like you're so innocent, and same with Emily, but you're not. But now, since he's teaming up with Victoria, Patrick's officially team bad guy. Right?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, he hasn't done anything that's like bad yet.
Yeah, I guess yet. It was interesting though because when the actor came on the show, he made it very clear. He said, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm not here to do anything bad. I'm here to be a good guy and be nice." I don't think at the time he had all of these scripts.
Maybe he just meant on set. Maybe he just meant,
No, he was like his character. Maybe he's just a good guy. Who freaking knows? Anyway, so there was a lot of drama in tonight's episode. I think that pretty much covers it. I know I want to get to some news and gossip and then some predictions, but anything else on tonight's episode before we move on?
Can I just tell you my favorite line?
Yep, absolutely.
It was really funny.
Gotta hear it.
Nolan was like, "You give me enough time and I'll make the toilets flush in Morse code."
Yeah, that was great.
Classic Nolan.
That would be so cool.
Would that be? Would that be so cool?
You're like at the mall and your friend's in the stall next to you and you're like, flush, 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 flush. Like,
I would have no idea what that means. I don't know Morse
Did you just say something like, "Are you calling me ugly" in Morse code
no,
right now?
I just said, "Roxy, I really like your necklace."
What up, Morse code?
It was probably something racist. Just at the rate we're going tonight.
I'm sure. Yeah. Oh my God! And we're gonna move on to some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV.
Brought to you by Sarah Giraud. You have a fun fact for us?
Yeah. Okay. So Krista B. Allen recently got a puppy.
Your twin?
Yeah, my twin.
We think she looks like identical to her.
Has to do with the hair a lot.
Yeah. No, I
you
see
can see it.
Yeah,
you see it.
Anyway, it looks like it's like a golden doodle mixture. It's like really cute. Anyway, she's been posting a lot of pictures on Instagram and Twitter, and my favorite one, she's playing tug-of-war with a dog with a pair of her pink underwear. And let me tell you this, I just got a puppy and it keeps stealing my underwear and I've been playing tug-of-war.
Which one of you guys is imitating the other? Like, is she stalking you or are you stalking her?
I don't know if I'm older than her or if she's older than me. I think I might be older than her by like a month or something.
So you're stalking her.
No,
by like a month, 6 days, and 18 hours.
So she's obviously copying me. Like, hello.
Clearly, I'm gonna go with that theory. And other than that, I'm sure our cast of Revenge is pretty boring. Usually,
Yeah,
nobody ever getting arrested.
Yeah.
Nobody ever
barfed
making
on the
racist
sidewalk.
remarks.
Yeah.
Nobody puking on the sidewalk. No drug overdoses. Like,
Darn it.
they're all doing really well all the time.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations. You give us no
Normal
drama
lives.
in our lives. And now I guess we can talk about some predictions.
Great.
Although it's kind of difficult on this show because
Now, your
you never really know.
AfterBuzz TV
Yeah.
prediction.
What do we see? We see in the preview for next week that the Graysons are holding they're holding Emily hostage at Grayson Manor. Sure, that's Victoria's big plan. Are they going to try to kill her? Are they just going to try to drug her so she can't say? Are they going to try to blackmail her?
She also has
The Infinity Box.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? What's the play here?
I think I predict there's going to be an extensive scene where Victoria and Patrick go shopping for a replacement chair. And that's where they get in a fight 'cause they're going so long and they have low blood sugar. And then that's where she slaps Patrick because it's like they can't agree on a chair.
This is like the most detailed prediction ever. Is there any truth to this?
I really like this. Though.
And then, she's getting in a chair.
Yeah.
You know she is.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay. And then later, Victoria ends up with amnesia and she forgets everything that's in the box. It's the only way, really, that the show can go forward, I guess. The episode writes itself, really. I mean.
Wait, Victoria ends up with amnesia? Did we see that? No, you're saying that. You're predicting that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Your predictions were just so far out there. I loved it. I absolutely love it. Sarah?
To go with yours though, she should get a black velvet chair so that if anybody spills wine on it, it won't show.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I see a couple other fist fights?
Cougar fight.
What was that?
Lydia and Victoria.
Oh, I forgot about that tonight's episode too. Also,
I just realized because I wrote that in bold right here.
It's a pretty lame fight.
I don't know. I saw somebody punching somebody or something. I guess we're gonna get the drama on the show. So we come back next week. We have our episode, and then we have to wait till March.
That's it? We have next week, and then we're
Yeah.
waiting till March.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
so
weird?
we just went on a mini hiatus, and then we're about to go on a hiatus. I believe that's the case. I'll definitely tweet about it later this week to make sure, but
Lame.
at least we have next week, because
true.
otherwise I think I would cry.
Yeah, you just came back.
I know.
I know.
I'll be back. It's okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now we get you for
Pinky
keepsies.
swear?
I'm not gonna pinky swear on anything because just.
Okay. And there we go.
I'm
I'm not signing anything.
I'm not pinky swearing on camera, guys. I can't. That's,
It's really serious. I know. That's like a binding agreement. That's like
Yeah,
lying
it
to the
really is.
police.
Especially if you kiss your thumb.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. As always, again, iTunes, rate, subscribe, talk to us, comment, YouTube, same thing. Or you can find me on Twitter at Roxy Striar.
At Sarah GGG.
At Koppel for mayor.
And thank you, Marissa Serafini in the booth, for helping us out tonight. We love you. And to all you people at home, we love you. Hope you have great holidays. And we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its
Thank
owners
you
or
for
principals.
watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.